It's time to meet Serena, your AI mental health counselor. Available now for a free trial.
Am I the asshole for kicking my sister out on Thanksgiving after she repeatedly woke the baby? This happened last week and my mom and sister are still upset. My wife gave birth a month ago. We usually do Thanksgiving at my mom's house, but with the new baby we decided to do it at our house this year with mom and sister coming over early to cook. Baby had a terrible night the night before Thanksgiving. When my mom and sister came over to cook, I warned them that baby and wife were finally sleeping, so please be quiet. My sister repeatedly made noise and woke up baby multiple times. I kept warning her. She said she wasn't trying to make a lot of noise and was just cooking and was trying to be as quiet as she could. By the third time my wife was in tears and so was baby. My wife flipped and demanded I get everyone out of the house. I didn't want to kick my mom out, but since sister was the one making the noise I told her to just leave before my wife lost it more. She argued with me but eventually left and my mom went with her. They ended up going to a restaurant to eat. We ordered takeout and a lot of the uncooked food went to waste. Wife is still upset because she thinks they should have been more considerate of baby and baby's first Thanksgiving was ruined. Mom and sister are upset because they claim they were being quiet as they could and we kicked them out anyway. You are the asshole for inviting people to cook Thanksgiving dinner at your house with an infant and expecting them to make zero noise. Like, literally what the hell? You are the asshole, and your wife is ridiculous if she actually said, baby's first Thanksgiving was ruined. This is a 1-month infant and it barely knows anything. You should not have offered to host at all with a newborn in your home. You should not have asked people to come over early to cook and then hassled them about making noise in the kitchen. I'd have to say you are the asshole. You invited people to your house to cook with a 4-week-old in the house and a wife who is 4 weeks postpartum with all of the sleep deprivation and hormone fluctuations that entails. Baby won't remember Thanksgiving. Baby won't even remember next year's Thanksgiving. Cooking is a noisy pastime. You'd have been better going to your mom's with the new baby in tow, and then leaving when you needed to. Am I the asshole for telling my mom to prioritize me if she wants to see me more? I've 16. Have parents who are divorced like many people. My dad married my stepmom 3 years ago. My mom got married to my now stepdad 2 months ago. My parents' custody agreement has always been 50-50, which worked well. My parents were able to co-parent well even though they got divorced. Before my mom married stepdad, we lived in a cute 2-bedroom apartment. It was small but I liked it. Both my mom and I had our own space. Once mom and stepdad got married, my mom moved into his house. Now, stepdad has twin daughters, 8. Due to family issues they live with him full-time. Stepdad has a 3-bedroom house. When I first went to stay at my stepdad's place, I was informed I have to share a bedroom with my stepsisters who are 8. When I said I thought there were 3 bedrooms, I was told the other room is my stepdad's man cave. I was willing to try staying in a room with the twins. I tried for a whole month. It just didn't work. They go to bed earlier than me and I have no privacy, which is nice to have as a teen girl. I asked my stepdad if we could make the other room a bedroom for me. He said he needed his space. So I told my mom I'm going to start staying more with my dads. I visit my mom 3-4 times a week. I go over to my mom's on weekdays when I get off of school and stay over there until 10:30 p.m. so I'm over there for quite a few hours. When I'm there on weekends it's longer. Recently my mom has been complaining that she barely sees me anymore. I told her I'm sorry she feels that way, but it isn't right. I'm expected to share a room with 8-year-olds. I also said it's more understandable if we truly didn't have the room, but we do. Stepdad is just being selfish and you're agreeing with him instead of prioritizing my needs as a teenager. Mom got upset. Stepdad ended up calling me selfish and asshole, saying kids share rooms all the time. Your stepfather is calling you selfish. Well, that's rich. Your mom should have advocated for you before she ever agreed to marry or move in with the guy. Not the asshole. Your mom and stepfather are. Not the asshole. You're the child. Your parents need to provide for you. Your own space is the best thing for you and the twins. Your stepfather is a parent. He's being selfish and irresponsible. If it were an office and he worked from home, I'd maybe see it differently. But no, he doesn't get a man cave if he crams his 3 kids into another room. What are his poor twins going to do when they're teens? I'd say get the custody arrangement rewritten so you're 100% with dad. I can't see a family court letting the man cave slide. Am I the asshole for stealing my own cat back? I got Pebbles from a humane society when she was 2 months old. I love her with my whole heart. She is now 5 years old, soon to be 6. 14 months ago I had to move to an apartment that didn't allow pets in the contract. I had no choice but to rehome Pebbles and was heartbroken. But my grandma ended up taking her for me, so it wasn't so bad, because I could visit Pebbles any time. She was safe in a house, all indoor, and well taken care of. 3 months ago, Grandma died. And of course that was hard enough, but on top of that, Pebbles got grabbed without anyone consulting me and brought to my uncle and aunt's house to live. They put her outside with their other farm cats. I drove out on my day off to see her, and she was looking scared and bedraggled. But they insisted she was fine. I went home heartbroken and angry. Recently I was able to move into a better apartment that's pet-friendly with a roommate. I asked if I could have Pebbles back, but my aunt said no, that my cousins, F15 and F18, have grown attached. But frankly, oh well? So I said fine, okay. Then last week during work hours, I took off on my lunch break, drove to the farm while they were at work and school, found Pebbles, put her in my car, and drove home to my new apartment. It took them 2 days to even figure she was gone. Skeptical smiley face. Then of course Aunt called me and asked if I had taken Pebbles. I said yes. She started to yell, so I just said, she's my cat and I gave her to Grandma for a while, not you, and then hung up. I think I'm legally in the clear because I took Pebbles back to the vet. I took her to her whole life for a checkup, got her papers up to date, and microchipped her in my name. But my parents called me and told me they were disappointed in me, that it was immature to steal Pebbles and that the girls are apparently heartbroken. I'm sorry my cousins are sad, but I would do it again. Pebbles is my cat and they weren't taking care of her right. I never wanted to give her up anyway. If I'm the asshole, that's fine. Not the asshole. Sounds more like you rescued your cat to me. Your cousins are not sad. They have multiple cats and didn't even notice Pebbles was missing. The adults are using this as an excuse to make you feel guilty. Not the asshole. Pebbles is your cat and belongs with you. They weren't even taking good care of Pebbles. Why would you return your cat to people who stole it and didn't take proper care of it? Not the asshole. As you said, you temporarily gave her to Grandma, not them. They shouldn't have taken Pebbles to begin with. If the cousins are attached, that's too bad. It's been 3 months FFS. You and Pebbles are more attached to each other. Don't give her back to them. They can go fuck themselves. Not the asshole. It took them 2 days to even notice. They aren't heartbroken. Not the asshole. How attached could they be, if it took them 2 days to notice? If anything, you're the asshole for not taking Pebbles home the first time you saw what kind of shape she was in. Am I the asshole for taking money from my wife's fun account to pay for my computer she broke? My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She works hard taking care of our kids and maintaining our home. I do what we have agreed is a fair portion of the housework and all of the yard work. She has full access to all of our accounts except for my personal spending account. I put the exact same amount into her personal spending account, but I can only deposit, not withdraw. I have a home office, but I do not work from home. It is just a place I can go to sit and catch up on anything I might need to from work and also play video games or play with my toys. My wife also has a room that is dedicated to her and her hobbies. I have asked her multiple times to please leave my room alone. I clean it myself. I take my dishes to the kitchen and either wash them or place them in the dishwasher. I take out my own trash. When I play with my kids in my office, I clean up after all of us. When my wife joins me in my office for video games, I clean up afterwards. There is quite literally no reason for her to do anything in there when I am not in it. I do not have a lock on my door, but I do have my laptop password protected. I like to line up some of my collection of Lego minifigs by my screen on my laptop. I like to imagine that Batman and Spider-Man are watching me work. I know it is silly, but I like it. For some reason my wife decided to go clean my office. I guess she needed to move my laptop, so she closed it. Not all the way because my minifigs were in the way. When I came home she told me what happened. The screen was not working at all. I had to get my old monitor out and hook it up so I could check and see if anything else was busted. It was just the screen. I checked and it would cost about $250 for parts and labor to replace my screen. So I decided to replace the laptop and use the old one with my old monitor for the kids. It was fine other than the non-working screen. The cost to replace my laptop was only $600, yay Black Friday. So I took $350 from my account and I took $250 from the money I was going to deposit into her personal account for December, and I got my new computer. This will in no way affect our budget for anything other than our own personal side projects and hobbies. I was looking forward to getting myself a new Lego set to work on with my kids over the holidays, but now I will have to rebuild one of my old ones with them. Which is also fun. Well, now she is pissed at me because she has to cut back on her fun stuff for December. She likes to have a spa day with her mom, for example. I said that I wasn't responsible for my computer being broken and that she 100% was. She said it was an accident and that I should forgive her. I said I wasn't upset, but that if she felt I should forgive her then I fully forgive her, but she still has to help me pay for a new laptop. And #X200B. Am I the asshole? And #X200B. Edit. I did not just take her money. We talked about it first. She is still upset that I expect her to take responsibility. I did not make a dictatorial decision. We do not work that way. And #X200B. Not the asshole, you are right, she broke it, she needs to take responsibility. The only thing I can say is, did you talk to her before you took the money? Not the asshole. Forgiveness doesn't mean she doesn't have to fix what she broke. She's confusing forgiveness with irresponsibility for her own actions. Honestly, she should have paid the entire amount, so should be grateful she only had to cover less than half. Striking through this part because I had misread when I wrote it. The amount she paid was fair. Is anyone else cringing while reading this? Not the asshole. You didn't take money out of her account. You merely chose to use the money you would have deposited to her account to replace the computer she broke. Sounds fair enough to me. Not the asshole, she is old enough to know she broke it, she should fix it.